Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am your host Evil Wizard and we will play Sorcery again today for the third time now. We just escaped the elves, well they kind of let us go. So where do we go from here? I guess we can only go to the bridge, so let's get going, shall we? I hope my audio levels are fixed, by the way. We'll see about that. Waving back to the elven as you walk, you reach the river once more. But now the path goes across it. Beyond you can see a long wide track with trees lining the left-hand edge and a wide field of long grass on the right. In the far distance, a curl of smoke indicates a village. The evening is beginning to draw in. It would be good to reach the town before the light is gone. Test the bridge. Before crossing, you make sure to test the guy ropes of the bridge to ensure it is sound, but it seems safe enough. Satisfied, you make your way across the boards. In the middle of the bridge, a man stops you. "Halt," he declares. "This is my bridge, and to cross you must pay the toll." For what? For what? You look over the aged guy ropes, the warped boards. What is there to pay for? Do you think these bridges build themselves? Do you think it's easy living out here, an outcast from Christianity, trying to feed my children? When barely anyone takes these paths anyway? Now that you look, the man looks quite unwell. "The toll is just 1 gold piece," he says. "It's very reasonable." "Yeah, we have enough gold and he looks unwell, so let's pay the toll." "It's a reasonable toll," you remark, and put 1 gold piece into his hand. The man touches his forehead with the coin and thanks, and with that, he strides away whistling. You head off down the bridge and back onto the path, none the wiser. You have a long way still to travel today. Yeah, he probably needed that gold piece more than we did at this point. So let's head on. Is that the only location we can go to? Yeah, I suppose so. We skipped this village with... I don't know what that is down there, but it might be a bandit camp or something. It looks like some kind of camp. So let's go on to... what is that? The path by the trees. That sounds ominous. The path continues along the side of a line of trees. Suddenly, an acorn lands on your head, and you hear a tittering from overhead. The ape grant you strength, more elven, in the trees hurling acorns. There they are. Sorry for the jittering, by the way. I'm not doing this, that's the game doing it. So it's not the video encode, wow, or encoding or anything. Is that better? Not really. Okay. They're casting acorns at us. Do we really want to react to that? We could cast a spell, but that would cost us stamina, and we hardly have any. Oh, we're up to 12 maximum now. We're getting used to the environment, I suppose. Let's walk on by and see what happens. You are pelted by more and more acorns as well as some sticks and branches. Oh, that's not nice. You break into a run. Soon you are out of reach of the annoying creatures. Well, we did take damage. We took 2 damage from that. Dicks? Okay, approach Christianity. The sun is now just past... Oh god. The sun is now just past its zenith, and everywhere a dusty heat rises from the baked earth. You begin to think about where you will stay for the night. Another night sleeping out in the open would be best avoided. But then you see a small village set into the hill. Look at it. Smoke rises from the stacks. The houses are well set with stone at their bases and thatched roofs of grass and thick leaves. There is, unusually, more than just the one street running through the center of town. But it is as though this place, once rich, has had its heart scooped away. Litter surrounds the buildings, and on the edge of the village are rows and rows of empty, abandoned houses. You continue your slow trudge along the path. Well, this doesn't bode well, but let's enter the village. Maybe they're happy for some business, or maybe they're gonna rob us like everyone else here seems to be trying to do. You walk into the village. Young hill dwellers pass you and stare at your strange clothes. You nod back respectfully. Let's not stare. These people are poor and live difficult lives. If your mission fails, they will not survive long. But they cannot survive long out here regardless. Alehouse or inn? Let's go to the alehouse house and see what's up. Walking down the single road, you quickly find a hut with its front covering pulled wide open, and the smell of brewed beer coming from inside. You go in. Several hill dwellers are here, talking gruffly. When you enter, they watch you with understandable caution. The owner of the hut comes over to you. "Welcome to Cristotanti," he declares. "What do you want?" Greet the owner. "An evening's rest and a drink to wet my throat," you reply. "Ale is 1 gold piece," he answers. "Please sit." You go over to the table where the hill dwellers are. Sit with the oldest men, they usually have the most to talk about. You turn your attention to the oldest man at the table. Whatever face he once had is lost in a labyrinth of wrinkles, and his skin is the color of tanned hide from a lifetime in the beating sun. "Greetings, old man." He raises his mug in salute. "Stranger." His face is gravelly, like the dusty dirt that lines the streets of his town. "Where are you from?" "I come from Annaland." He nods. "Not many as cross through the Cantopani gate. In either direction, if you know what I'm saying." "I understand you." He grins and picks his teeth with his fingernail. "They say there's a war coming." Oh god, I'm sorry about the voice. I'm usually never trying to do voices, so just bear with me. "Something to do with the crown." Not if I can help it. "Is that so?" replies the canny old man. "Well, seems like you should be drinking on the house tonight, for the good of all of us." "Chanty," he calls the innkeeper over. "I'll cover this man's ale." "It's appreciated," you reply, raising your cup to him. You sip your beer, the old man exchanges glances with the younger man sitting opposite. Let's talk to the young man. You thank him for the conversation. You catch the young man's eye. He moves over to the to be right beside you, close enough to whisper in your ear, but you don't quite catch what he says. Repeat that. The man giggles to himself unexpectedly. Leaning in again so close you can smell the fumes on his breath, he declares, "Snattercats." Then he collapses in a fit of giggles once more. Whatever the joke is, you cannot see it. Probably some local thing, I don't know. Tell me about the village. The man nods twice and drinks deeply from his beer to wet his throat. Or perhaps not, because as he puts the mug down once more, he says nothing. Just fidgets with his fingers and occasionally grins in your direction. Ask one of the other dwellers about this man. You catch a woman's arm nearby. What's wrong with this man, you demand. She shrugs and shrugs free your grasp. Every village has one, she answers. Doesn't mean we're all like that. Good stock we are. And she flutters her eyelids. You get back to your feet. The young man giggles to himself, but he does not attempt to stop you. Finish my beer and leave. You make to leave the inn. With a wave back to the old man who bought you your drink, you step outside. You look this way and that, trying to decide what to do next. When you realize the old man has joined you once more. He grabs your shoulder and presses a fruit into your hand. Bomba, he declares through fermented breath. I grow them myself. Good for the stomach. He pats your belly and walks away, swaying slightly. Look at the fruit. You turn the old man's gift over in your hands. It is a thick-rinded fruit that keeps well and will be highly nourishing when you decide to eat it. Its only drawback is its incredible weight. It is now evening and time to sleep. Yeah, let's find an inn. Oh, what I wanted to do. The guy under the tree gave us a spell or something. Let's check this out. How do we know which one he gave us? This one kind of seems new, but I don't know the spells well enough to have them all memorized yet. Maybe in the back? No. This is yellow. Does it mean we can cast it? Well, it doesn't require any ingredients, but I guess we need the right constellation and stuff for that. Okay. I don't know which of these are new. I recognize a few ones from before, but as I said, I haven't memorized the spells well enough to see what changed. Nothing is telling us which spell we got from him. I don't think I see it. Nope. Maybe in our inventory? Items? Magical items? Spellbook page. The page is torn through and only half the spell is visible. CA. Ominous. But okay. So under rations we have the bomba fruit now. That's good. I think we should save the bomba fruit in case something goes wrong with our stomach or something. Like we get... I don't think it works against poison, but maybe we get sick at some point. Because it was an ominous hint that it's good for the stomach. Or he just meant that it will fatten us up. Either way. You stop a passerby and ask for an inn. And they lead you there directly. The woman who runs the place stands in the doorway with her arms folded. Are you from the king? She demands. I am on a mission for the king, you reply. Taxes? She replies quickly. No. The woman narrows her eyes at you. This is a guest house, the best in Kristatanti. Only guests stay, and any guest of mine knows it costs me 3 gold pieces to host a man overnight and 2 to feed him. But it's all between friends. I'll need to eat first. Food is just being served. The woman steps aside and you go inside and sit down. A few minutes later, her husband appears with a steaming pot of skunk bear stew. Sounds tasty. As he sets down the urn, he catches your eye and immediately turns aside. For a brief moment, you feel you recognize him from somewhere. Try to remember. You rack your brains as the man hurries out of the room. You have an image from him, panting and wheezing, and holding up a hand for you to hold. Oh, you dick. Someone from today. Someone from today? Though he's not elven clearly enough. Then you remember the man you passed on the bridge beyond the elven village. What is he doing here if he runs a toll bridge half a day's walk away? Perhaps you should ask him. Well, he got us good. We were willing enough to give him 1 gold piece. I'll go and talk to him, but I will not argue over the gold piece because it doesn't make sense to me to fight over it. So go and talk to him. Leaving your stew untouched, you get to your feet and head out into the hall. The woman and her husband are talking in low voices in the hallway, but fall quiet the moment you appear. You're the man from the bridge, you declare. I don't know what you're talking about, the man says. Why don't you eat your stew? But the sound of his voice confirms it. It is definitely the man you met earlier. You charged me a toll, you continue. I paid. The woman grabs her husband by the arm. What have you been playing at? He whimpers slightly. Nothing, it wasn't me. I am quite certain. You can't be, the man replied. It can't have been me. It must have been my twin brother. He's always doing that kind of thing. And where is your brother now, you ask? The man shrugs. I have not seen him in months. His wife has narrowed her eyes. I've never seen him. Or never seen the two of you together, more like. I want my toll back. The man gawks. I don't know what you're talking about. How much did you steal from this man, his wife demands? And where does it go? That's what I want to know. I've stolen nothing, I promise, the man insists. But it does no good. His wife hurls the bucket of kitchen slops she's holding at him and storms out of the door. He hurries after her, waving at her to stop. You're left alone in the house. Well, I think, I mean, for one thing, it was obviously him. He was very clearly trying to hide his face from us. So there is no twin brother, apart from the fact that the twin brother thing is as old as I don't know. And furthermore, I think we've done enough here. I mean, it's just 1 gold piece. I kind of want to stay here, finish my meal, and go to sleep. And maybe the wife will talk to her husband and kick his ass and give us back our gold piece later or charge us less or something. We'll see. Either way, it's 1 gold piece. It's not that big of a deal. Go and finish my meal. You return to the dining table and tuck into your stew, enjoying the quiet. It is thick as mud and has rich, disgusting flavor. You wolf it down all the same and leave your coins on the table. With the inn quiet, you could either go upstairs and sleep or be on your way. No, we go and sleep. You head for the stairs to the guest room when a figure appears in the doorway. Halt, he declares. Have you seen my brother? Are you kidding? You're not serious. I mean, it was the same guy, right? Why would he try to hide his face from us when he serves us food otherwise? I don't think we just imagined that. Enough of this, you reply irritably. I'm tired of it. Don't say the old lady has thrown him out again, the man shrugs. I'll have to sort that out. You wouldn't believe how often I have to tie up my little brother and do his dirty work. And with that, he wanders away out of the front door again. Well, either way, I'm sure it will clear itself up in the morning. Go upstairs. You make your way up to the room. There are 3 other guests already staying and asleep, so you settle quickly. The bed is not clean, but it is comfortable, and after a long day and all its narrow escapes, you are grateful beyond measure for the rest. Sleep. Your dreams are vivid. You feel yourself tied up, surrounded by snickering faces. Thin creatures with long fingers are picking at your pockets and the stitching of your clothing. You feel magic boiling inside you, but it cannot be released. Meanwhile, the food in your bag is rotting, wet through from the sweat of your back, and in the distance a deep voice is booming with laughter. The long, cruel fingers of one hand are curled around the metal frame of a crown, and with the other he beckons you forward, as if into a trap. Well, good morning. 12 out of 14 stamina. It's getting better, guys. Shall we pray? Your spirit is the gorilla, the king of the great apes, a creature of honor and good faith, who accepts both danger and misfortune as traveling companion without hesitation. A prayer to your spirit will hear you, but after a prayer your spirit will not hear you again for some time. Okay, so that's healing basically. So leave that be. Well, nothing else to do but move on here, I guess. So, beyond Christotanti. You wake early and sit for a moment in no great hurry to leave the village. There's still no sign of the innkeeper or her errant husband. This is now the 3rd day of your journey, and the muscles in your legs are feeling lean and strong from so much walking. You spend a short while enjoying the peace, then unhurriedly collect your possessions and set off along the path. Christotanti is surrounded by several miles of fields. It sits in a well-protected ring of hills and is close enough to the river to be reasonably prosperous. As you follow the path between lines of sun-baked crops, you come to a fork in the road. The right-hand way leads past a set of outbuildings, while the left heads directly off into the deep woodland. I think we have to go right. No? No, not really. Okay, so these are this is a ruined village, basically. And these are the woods with some kind of building in it. A mansion, a fortress, a keep, who knows? And beyond that, that's basically our next stop, I imagine. By the way, we have to get here for the first part. This is our destination. Well, we are halfway there, it seems. Well, I mean, Mediki Forest. Yeah, let's just go the direct... No, let's go through the ruins. Let's be adventurous a little bit. It's a long way around, but probably more safe than the forest. I don't trust forests in fantasy adventures. So let's go here. You glimpse a few people at work by the buildings. There will be precious little company on your journey, so you should take it while you can. Approaching a low wall, you see a blind beggar, sheltering in the shade with his hand held outstretched. He hears you approach and clicks his fingers. Arms, would you? For the love of Sindler, arms. Throw him a coin. You place a coin in his outstretched hands. You are kind, traveler, the beggar says. He feels over the surface of the coin, then bites down on it. Why me? This is a gold piece? You are too generous to a poor sightless beggar. You'll get me killed if anyone knows that I have it. The beggar beams at you. Look after yourself, you say, preparing to walk away. Wait, he calls. 1 moment, please. He begins to scrabble around, feeling over his body as if looking for holes. Eventually he cries, Aha! And pulls out a copper key, which he holds out to you. Take it. You take the key and pocket it. Thank you. Years ago I lived in Carrie, he explains. Carrie was my home, and in the city port I watched over prisoners in the gaol. Beware the red eyes in Carrie, or my fate will befall you, and you'll be here with me, begging for your living. What are the red eyes? Pray you never find out, is the simple reply. Listen to me. Carrie is wary of strangers, but this key will help you if you be captured by red eyes. Trust old me. As the man talks, you step quickly out of the road as an ox cart whips past you, raising dust. It does not stop. Thank him and move on. Thank you, you say, then move on. Well, you follow the path away from the village for half the morning. The walk is easy. It feels as natural as breathing to have the road move beneath your feet. Hard to believe you trained for this journey so long, now that you are on it. You climb a little, tracing the side of a group of trees until you meet the fork in the road. You could continue straight on and upwards, or turn west a while. So I think the copper key is a good thing. It'll probably get us out of a kind of prison. I'm pretty sure it will be important later on. So, once again, we can choose our path. I kind of want to go straight on and see what's in the ruins. I kind of still don't trust the forest. But, you know, if you want to, place down a comment, say what you think we should do. And if you're enjoying this, don't forget to like. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.